What up, fam? Please be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Now let's get it, let's go. What's up, everybody? So the moment that we have been waiting for, Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 3. And let's get into it. So part 3 starts with Andy. And I have to say this, I'm very disappointed in Andy being biased when it comes to these ladies, because I feel like as a host, you should not be biased. As a boss, you should not be biased. And we know that happens, but it's very tacky when you're the boss, you're the host of the show, and you're showing that. It's very tacky. And again, we're all human. We all have our opinions. When you go on to certain people channels, right? Everybody has different opinions about different people. Like every single one of us, like people would like a cast member more than another cast member. That's normal. That's normal. But the problem is that when you're a boss, or when you're like the host of the show, you should not show that. Like, you're not part of the show. What you trying to argue with women now? Like, you need to be neutral so you can ask the questions the right way, and it don't look like you're leaning you're trying to attack this person along with another cast member, because now you're a part of the cast now. The way you're acting, like, you're not acting like a host, you're not acting like a boss, you're acting like you want to be a housewife. So yeah, that was not cool at all, Andy. Anyway, so Monique had to tell them, look, this is how I process things. This is how I am. It's not her fault that you guys didn't catch every moment that she was feeling bad about the situation, like y'all was catching Candace crying ass. Okay, that's not her fault. And when legal things happen, you're not about to make someone feel bad for the other person, because regardless, like, Candace did a lot of poking. Candace has a vile mouth, and it's hard to feel bad for someone, that talks the way that she talks. Just because you're not physically putting your hands on someone, words do hurt. So, Monique is talking about her trigger moments that you can't take from nobody, okay? You can't sit there and be like, they trigger moments don't really matter. Yeah, it does matter. And when a person tells you to get your hand out of their face, you need to do it, okay? So Candace is like, talking about Monique's attorney, how he's like a quack attorney, but it sounds like he's a great attorney to get her case thrown out. You mad because he did what he was supposed to do. He did what he was hired to do, okay? And it's been over 365 days, but Candace kept doing shit too. So it doesn't matter when the apology came face to face. And honestly, I wish Monique wouldn't have apologized, because at the end of the day, they're not trying to hear that anyway. You said what you said in the beginning, but a whole bunch of shit like happened afterwards. Again, Candace is not innocent. You already acknowledged that you was wrong, and I would have left it at that. Andy's still saying, but you have to agree with whatever she was doing didn't warrant a physical attack. But didn't you just hear her apologize? So why are you still repeating yourself? This is the shit I'm talking about. This is why I wouldn't have apologized, because y'all don't hear apologies anyway. Y'all don't want no apology. You want to continue with the same bullshit, just like they want Karen to pretty much take sides, but they don't want to say that. But you pretty much want that. You don't want any support given to Monique whatsoever, and you want all the support given to Candace, and that's not gonna happen. So now they start talking about Karen and Candace, and they had a clip on there. Candace was like, you know better, like talking to Karen like that. And I'm just like, this girl talking about to a grown woman, to an older woman, telling her that she know better. All right. It don't matter if she know better or not. If that's somebody that she still want to be friends with and she don't want to cut her off, she doesn't have to. So then they was talking about, how Monique had an issue with Karen saying that she had medical issues, which is what led to the fight. And Monique was like, what? And so Karen was like, yeah, I'm not no medical doctor, blah, blah, blah. And of course, Wendy, braggadocious ass, gotta say something like, well, who is a doctor? It's like, girl, bye. Oh, girl, bye. And I believe Candace was like, on another topic. Yeah, they spent anything. Um, but yet all four of them got caught lying. And the producers made them all look stupid, from part two of the reunion when they was all talking about that didn't happen. That didn't happen. And Monique was trying to explain, what triggered her and what Candace did with putting her hand in her face. And when I'm telling y'all, I fell out. I was like, oh my gosh, they all, like the producers, whoever was in charge of those receipts, all made, like Andy, they made Giselle, I'm sure if Giselle said something, Robin said something, they made Wendy and of course Candace, they all made them look crazy as hell, because it's like, well, here go the footage. Like all y'all was trying to basically make Monique look crazy, and it backfired. And I guess Candace told Karen to burn in eternal hell because what she was doing was evil by saying that Giselle and Robin was the start of the fight. Well, if she feels that way, then that's how she feels. But how is that evil, though? What's evil is wishing death on someone, okay? What's evil is going around saying that somebody is not the child's father. That's evil. She ended up calling her boss on her. And my thing is, listen, calling her boss because she needs some mental help. And my thing is, you know what? The way Candace is crying, something ain't right. Like, this is not, like, part of this, a lot of this is about embarrassment. Like, you got on national TV and you got drugged. You've asked for it and you got it. And I believe that's the big part. Like, somebody with that much mouth, ain't no way they should get beat up. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. You got all that mouth and you got beat up. Because the way she be inserting herself in conversation and talking over people, and it's like nobody's talking to you, or they're trying to answer a question, and you're like talking over them. Keeping it real, you're just mad that you got embarrassed on national TV, and that's really what it is. So here come the husbands. All right. So behind the scenes, I was rolling when Andy tried to make small talk with Chris Samuels, and he wasn't having it. He was like, yeah, I was too busy watching Filthy Lies spreading on my wife. So the husbands come out, and Giselle says Jamal was out at a lecture, or doing a lecture. Who he lecturing? Cheetahs of America? I roll. Literally, I roll. So Giselle brought a bodyguard to the reunion because she was scared for her life. Maybe it's the same bodyguard that she had when she was meeting with Monique. So Chris had apologized for saying that he wished he could turn into Caitlyn Jenner and stomp the ish out of them or slap them or whatever. And Giselle, while he was talking, Giselle is talking over him. And I'm just like, well, girl, you ain't scared either, okay? Now, don't let Monique get past those bodyguards, all right, if it really goes down like that. These people want to talk over Chris, and including Andy. They want to talk over Chris. He's been waiting the whole show to get this stuff off of his chest. Because, see, if he has the floor, I'm trying to figure out why y'all are talking over this man. Let him say what he got to say. It don't matter if y'all talked about it for 2 hours, Andy. Chris did not get a chance to say what he wanted to say, and this is his time. So Andy asked something about their Juan and Robin's wedding. And again, Chris is just really not here for the bullshit. Like, he really don't want to talk about anything else but them lying on his family. And that's some real shit right there, So he basically still talks about his situation. And Robin's like, you better be glad Juan Dixon isn't here or something. And I'm just like, girl, what's Juan Dixon gonna do? Have you seen Chris? Have you seen him? What's Juan gonna do? Really, don't get your man beat up, okay? I just don't do it. Don't put your man in a situation that he might not be able to handle. I know Juan was probably looking at this like, you stupid ass bitch. Like, what the fuck was that about? And he didn't say anything bad about them. So Chris is talking about, people starting to lies and all this type of stuff. The other Chris, jumps in and like everybody's pretty much talking to each other. But Candace's husband, Chris does look dead at Monique and he's yelling at her, and not Chris Samuels, okay? I saw that. He was looking straight at Monique when he was yelling, okay? And that's when Chris Samuels jumped up. Chris Samuels did not jump up because he's arguing with women, all right? Chris Samuels jumped up because Chris disrespected his wife, all right? A man disrespected his woman. So yeah, he jumped up. So Chris and them, they're like, we don't talk about kids. That's off limits, right? And then they start talking about, Chris and Candace about supporting a blogger, I guess, which I don't, like Monique said, what does that got to do with us? First of all, we're saying we don't talk about kids. You can't sit here and tell somebody who to be cool with or whatever. Candace's husband, yelled straight at Monique and said, you guys support a blogger. And it's like, hold up, motherfucker. You talk to me. Like, that's what Chris was basically standing up for. Like, you don't yell at her. You know what I mean? And so later on, you will see, like, when they go on to break, they make up, but the two Chris's make up, but Chris Samuels still keeps it real and says, I didn't like that, what you talking to my wife like that. And he's like, I wasn't talking to her. He said you was looking dead at her. You was looking dead at her. I'm like, dude, y'all, you tripping. Like, you full of shit. Everybody, the husbands, I guess, was about to go. And Chris brings it up again. And again, I'm not mad at him. He's like, I ain't got time for this other shit y'all talking about. And he brings it up again. And he just want to just thank Monique for being such a strong woman and defending their family. And here comes Candace. This heifer is like, oh gosh. Girl, I say, oh God, every time you pick up that damn tissue and cry. You cry so fucking much that it just, I'm just sorry. I just don't have no sympathy for you, like none whatsoever, because it's coming across, it has came across, it is bullshit, basically. You cannot be crying that much. And honestly, what is going on with you? Is there something else you're crying about? Do she see a therapist? Because this shit right here ain't normal. You are attention seeking as person. I think that if you was in a fight and you won, you would be okay. But the fact that you lost, you're not okay. You cannot be crying this damn much and have all this motherfucking mouth. Something's not right with that, and I'm not a doctor. And I don't know what you call this shit, but this shit ain't normal to be crying like this, but also talking shit still. Like, you can't help the shit that's coming out your mouth. That could be it. I don't know if there's a label for it, but something's not right with that. Something's going on. It's like you fighting a battle. Like, one minute you so traumatized, next minute you can't shut the fuck up. Why y'all sitting here talking about she support a blogger? And he should have asked you. He should have did some real hosting, got to the real nitty gritty, and asked you, why did you wish death upon that young man? Okay. Why'd you go there? Okay, so going backwards. So they're talking about who brought the situation up on the show. Now, let me just say this. Giselle, you reaching, because it doesn't matter if Chris asks you if the baby looked like him or not. I know plenty of people that do that. Chris did not say anything about a trainer. I feel like you just wanted to find any little bitty thing to go ahead and just say whatever fucked up shit you want to say about this, about him not being the father of his child. You just was trying to find anything. And I really believe Monique couldn't hear Giselle calling her husband a big motherfucker. Bitch, you wish you had a big motherfucker next to you. But instead, you got a small motherfucker that's not even claiming your ass. She had a lot to say. Giselle talking about fake tears, I guess, when Chris was crying. Bitch, how about your relationship is fake? How about that? This reunion was really good. This season was really good. You know, I'm so tired of Candace. I really don't care if she comes back or not. Because I'm just over her crying, you know. I mean, her own mother hit her in the head with a purse. Her husband has had to tell her to shut up. You know, she got drugged like she wanted to, and she continues to talk shit. I think, a couple of days ago, she was talking shit to Portia on social media. But ever since Candace has been on this show, she has folded that damn tissue till she cannot fold it no more. And it's just always something with her. Candace want to act like she's not valid, but was waving a butter knife. That's not cool. And the girls, they did not get on Candace about that the way, you know, they have gotten on Monique. The only reason why they're on Monique so tough is because they did not like her from the beginning, especially Giselle when she found out the girl had 4 houses, okay? Keeping it all the way real. So yeah, this reunion was awesome, and I'm just so excited. Hopefully it'll be just as good next year. Maybe they should bring on some new cast members to bring on new storylines, and so we can just move on, because this has been exhausting in a very entertaining way. This has gotten off of TV and went into social media, and you know, that's another thing too. Just because something did not air does not mean that you can't have an issue with someone, okay? That's, again, it's not Monique's fault that y'all didn't put this on there, so you got viewers confused, but it is what it is. Y'all didn't air it. It is what it is. That does not mean it's not happening behind the scenes. Hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll talk to you later. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.